Welcome back to It's a Tool Thing. Today with my Milwaukee warranty experience. I had to take these two in for warranty. The only one that was actually having major issues was this 3/8 M18 compact. The light would stay on a lot of times, and the trigger was non-responsive. A lot of times. It was intermittent. It did work sometimes. When it worked, it seemed to have the same power it has always had. This other unit here, M18 mid torque, is the pin variety, unfortunately. My original ones, both of these got stolen along with the batteries and several other tools years ago. So I actually purchased these at the same time. This one I got in store, and the only one they offer bare tool in store is the pin detent model. So that's the one I ended up getting there. This one here I ordered online at the store, and took a week or so to get. Ordered the whole kit, and been in service roughly 4 years. So as I said, this unit here was having trigger issues. This one here I've been very unhappy with as far as the horsepower that it puts out. One of the first signs that I know is you can see here the tag itself, it's not all scratched up, which tells me that I don't use that thing very often. So I looked up on Milwaukee's website, and there was 2 local service centers authorized in my area, and one of them I could get to. Their website says they're only open until 4, and I believe that's for all the locations, or at least they have to be open at least that late. At any rate, I checked with my local location. They were open till 4. It was kind of a hassle just getting it over there because I get off at 3:30 or later, but I wanted to get them in, so I had to make sure I got out right on time to get down there. It'd be nice to see them offer at least some days a week, or maybe a Saturday or something where they'd be open at least a half a day for people to be able to conduct business. I know it's not owned by Milwaukee. It's just a authorized service center, but it would be nice to see a little wider hours. So I took the 2 units down to them, and they looked at the serial number on this one and said that it might not be in warranty, where I knew I hadn't had it 5 years. I'm assuming they're using the date on the serial number. I don't know if they can tell how accurate or just the year that it was manufactured. I did have the original paperwork, which was also slightly an issue. Not so much with the mid-torque, but this one, since I ordered it from Home Depot, but I had to do it on their online thing, the receipt isn't clear on the date of purchase. Ultimately, they did cover it under warranty. They didn't even ask me what was wrong with the tools, which seemed a little counterintuitive. I mean, I get it. This one didn't work at all. But they didn't ask me, hey, what's wrong with this tool? What's it not doing? Or anything like that. It would just make sense, anytime you're working on something, you want to know what the customer's complaint is, In this case, she can't take bolts loose, which is kind of her job. In this case, the trigger seemed to be acting up. So I dropped the units off. It took 3 weeks for them to call me back and said that Milwaukee covered the warranty on both of them and that they were ready to pick up. So then I got to the location, and they said that they changed the electronics out in both, but didn't say they found anything wrong with anything. This one here, how it's got the screws are on the outside. I noticed just on visual inspection that one of the screws wasn't tight. It was backed out several threads. And this is after they supposedly tested the tool and made sure it put out, because I specifically asked them and showed them that one video that I put up here on my channel of this thing not being able to remove 1/2 inch 12-point fine thread driveline bolts. struggled, wouldn't remove them, and an old 10-year-old plus Ingersoll Rand air impact was able to remove them. So they said they tested them. They said if the guy was there, because once again, when I went to pick them up, it was like right when they were closing. They said if the guy was there, they'd have brought me back and showed me that it tested on their bench good. They tightened that bolt up. In fact, I can see right here, actually, that this one's not tight either. I don't know if it'll come through on camera, but I can see light through that bolt. I can get my fingernail underneath it. So I'm gonna have to go back and feel my fingernail underneath this one too. That's probably the one they tightened. So apparently they either they didn't put Loctite on them. I've only used this thing once or twice. Like I said, I just wanted to try it out, see if it worked. I went ahead and brought this into the shop. I've been using it. Functionally, it seems to work fine. The one issue I was having after I got the tool back was the shift lever, and I've had this, not necessarily this particular issue, but these things have to be all the way over to engage. If you're just even slightly out, the trigger won't pull. I think I got it worked in a little bit, but I was noticing when I would go to tighten, I could feel the plastic binding, and it pushed past it, but I could feel it binding, so I just was working it back and forth, and that seems to be working itself out. It certainly doesn't have any more power than it did before. Not that it was any kind of powerhouse. I mean, they claim 210 foot-pounds. I tried it on some bolts that have obviously been in for some time. Rear cover bolts. They are 18 millimeter heads, 12 1.75 thread pitch. Wouldn't break them loose. Broke them loose with a stubby 1/2 inch impact air with no issue. And then a couple other ones on that rear cover. They had several brackets. I tried it again, couldn't get them off, and then I grabbed my 3/8 because the impact wasn't handy. Grabbed my 3/8 flex head 18 inch snap-on ratchet and the same socket, shallow snap-on, and was able to break them loose without much struggle. I wouldn't say they were loose by no means, but they definitely were not 200 foot-pounds. They were probably barely 100, even with the stickage from being in there for so long. So I'm glad to get this thing back in service. This one here, I got the opportunity to install a drive line the other day. So I did the same test that I did on video in reverse. Instead of removing the drive line, I ran the bolts in, new bolts, ran them into the thing, and then checked their torque, and they were still under 125 after hammering on them, which 125 is a spec. That gun's supposed to do, if I remember right, 450. Seems a little out of line. So that's my warranty experience. They did take care of the warranty. That wasn't an issue. They obviously didn't change anything out on this tool. They didn't need to, which I would understand. Warranty, they're only going to fix what's broken, I guess. But you would hope they would give it a visual inspection and make sure the internal components, like this anvil, looks like it's definitely not broken or anything, but it's pretty worn. Hopefully they took a look at it. Either that, they're just trying to get it out the warranty, and then you can go have to buy another one, which is sure going to happen at some point. Don't know if I'm going to stick with Milwaukee. Probably will, just because of the batteries. I do like the M12 stubby. I even like this compact, even though using it again with the short battery, I have noticed a few times where it'd be nice if the battery didn't take up so much room, which is why I prefer the stubby, because I generally use the footed battery on it. But in some cases that won't fit, and I'm able to go with just the regular inserted battery, that's smaller footprint. Even though I do like the grip better on these, because they have to widen that grip to be able to fit that battery to insert into it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below about your experiences with Milwaukee warranty. Has it been good, bad, or indifferent? I would love to know. Have a great day.